Type 16 FPS. That's a new $60 premium for Japan. It's 8.7 and it's actually quite good. Let's take a look at it. First of all, tech tree. It's rank 6, so you can research basically everything in the Japanese tech tree with it. It's replacing the Type 74G, which was kind of bad for today's meta. It was 9.0 and it was kind of slow. The dart didn't do too much damage. It had Gen 1 thermals, absolutely no zoom, no commander thermals, basically it wasn't the best for 9.0 and it didn't look cool. Nobody bought it. Now the Type 16, it's got amazing thermals. It's got good mobility, very good acceleration. It's basically the polar opposite of the previous one and it looks damn cool. The Type 16 is a modern vehicle. It's basically made for quick deployment and it's good at it. The top speed is around 100 kilometers per hour in realistic and it accelerates quite quickly. The reverse speed is not really bad either. It's 36 kilometers per hour and it accelerates to the reverse speed quite well. Sometimes I find myself actually reversing for a long period of time instead of turning around because this thing doesn't turn. That's the biggest flaw of it, one of the biggest flaws of it. So, what does it feature? It gets LWS, laser warning system, and it gets commander override for the gun controls. So, if your gunner is knocked out, your commander can continue his work, which is really good. You've got the commander just behind the gunner though, so sometimes you'll get both knocked out and you lose a turret. Anyway, what does it have when it comes to its armament? It's got a 105mm cannon, it's got a 12.7mm HMG, and it's also got a 7.62 machine gun, coaxial machine gun. It also gets 8 smoke launchers, but those launch in pairs of 2 smoke grenades, so you get 4 pops out of them. So about its round. Its dart has a lot of penetration. For 8.7, where you can see 7.7 vehicles, it's got 265 at 30 degrees 500 meters, so that's a lot. At point blank it's closer to 350, which is also a lot. The round does some damage, sometimes it kind of spalls only a little bit. Its hash is quite big, it's got around 5 kilograms of explosive mass. You can use it like a top-down attack missile, but without the guidance. If you rangefind on someone's roof very far away, you can kind of destroy the turret with 5 kilograms of explosive mass. Anyway, it's got a great stabilizer, though the stabilizer caps out at around 75 kilometers per hour, then it stops working. It also gets a good battle rating because it's 8.7. It gets up tiers to 9.7, but at the same time, on 8.7, it's a very good vehicle. Also, its armor isn't the best, it's around 50mm at most, but it will stop HMGs, which is good. 12.7s won't penetrate you and you are safe. What else? It's got very good premium bonuses, 678% RP and 413 SL. And one thing I'd like to point out is the American M1128, the Striker. It's at 9.7 with very similar performance. So this thing is way better because of the battle rating. The M1128 sometimes may see 10.7 And 10.7 with only 265 mils at 500 meters is not good. Yeah, but basically this thing is 8.7, it's got good acceleration. The reloading rate kind of, it may hurt. It's 8 seconds, 8.7 base, and if you upgrade your crew you get it a little faster, maximum of 7.6 seconds, the best you can make it. Oh, by the way, the qualification to upgrade them to expert is 1,200,000 silver lions. This is a lot for a rank 6 8.7 vehicle. Yeah, but what else? Basically, it's a very good vehicle. It's got great optics, which really helps. It's got good acceleration, not the best top speed for a light tank at its battle rating, but good enough. The horsepower per ton ratio is around 20. The visibility is kind of bad because it's 1/12%, and this thing is very big in battles, you will see that. And also, one thing to point out, this thing, it just struggles to turn really tightly. And the striker is even worse at that. Yeah. If you want something that turns really well, the WMA 301. This thing turns on the spot. Like a tank, nearly. It's got 3-axis steering, while the Type 16 has 2-axis steering. So you kind of have to have a lot of space in front of you. Though the reverse gear gets up to speed quite quickly, so you can kind of maneuver in tight spots like with a car. Because it's a wheel vehicle, I don't really expect it to do too well on grass, but look at the speed. It kind of got to 40 really fast, though it doesn't feel like 40. Now it's at 50, getting closer to 60, and on grass it caps out around 60, just like that. Now I drove onto the concrete part of the map, so I accelerated a little better, and now I'm actually fast. Anyway, this allows you to get to camp spots really quickly if you have a city map or the factory or something like that. I wasn't really sure what I want to do. This was like third or fourth time I played this thing, so I wasn't sure. Kind of picked a more safe option. This guy in the BMP was totally clueless. What the hell? The guy looked at me and didn't notice me. Anyway, you got those tanks over here. I could easily drive past those containers and just flank the guy in the casemate tank destroyer. He kind of turned around now, started shooting me. I decided to go around the other side, which was a mistake. This thing does not turn. Absolutely. And you can kind of see why I died here. Skill issue. Yeah. So with this thing, you really want to get in a camp spot. You don't really have survivability, and your reload isn't the best, so you need some cover. I think I spawned a little late in this game. Like, I think I joined an already active battle. Anyway, I'm following my teammate here, and he actually spots some enemies. I mean, the enemies spot him and kill him, and I spot the enemies. Okay, there are two guys here. Scouted one, I'll scout the other one in a few seconds. I thought about turning off my engine and just camping, but then I noticed a second guy and decided to move out. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention that, but the Type 16 has a laser warning system. So if somebody marks you with a laser, you get a warning. Basically, it helps with the drones, it helps with rangefinders. You know when a person rangefinded you. Oh, by the way, those are the commander's optics with a great zoom and very good thermals. At this point, we capped A, and one of my teammates was going to the spawn, so I decided to go with him. I could go through the woods, and probably I wouldn't die later on in this match if I did this. But I decided it's gonna be better if I just go after my teammate. He spots a guy here, and I don't have a line of sight, so I didn't shoot the guy. I wanted to check the woods just in case. Now my teammate killed someone, I don't know, the Jagdpanzer, the one with the HOT, and there's a BMP2. He eventually kills my teammate, and I have to repair real quick. I didn't want to pop smoke really too soon, because I don't have much smokes in it. I tried to drive away, but unfortunately the BMP spotted me. Kind of shot me a few times. Oh, and here you can see, my commander didn't die, so I have the commander override and I can still aim my gun and all. I was out of smokes, so I couldn't really fully retreat without getting seen, so I decided to hide behind the buses here. And funny thing, I am taller than those, so he should have seen me. Plus this is not the BMP-2M, it's just the BMP-2. So it's kind of stupid the guy didn't notice me. Probably didn't scan around. I turned off my engine for extra stealth, and kind of tried to shoot the guy through the buses, and actually managed to do that. I wasn't sure if you can shoot through them, but I didn't really have other options. The enemies were decapping A, so I needed to act fast. I wanted to get victory as soon as possible. I thought there was only one guy, but later on was proven wrong. Yeah, here it goes, crit, a bomber flies over and kills him. And then a T-62 pulls out, and I didn't shoot in time. I noticed him and nearly killed him. Anyway, that's the last clip for today. I had a few more mid-games, they weren't really noteworthy. This thing, surprisingly, is faster on snow than on grass. Somebody took off in a drone and I wasn't sure if he's gonna just mark the guys or not, so I told him to do that. He like marked at the same time I was typing, so I guess it didn't matter. By the way, because of the new atmospheric effects, now drones can make smoke screens. I never actually saw them in action before that. Never saw them in action making a smoke screen. kind of thought about using a hash here, but I didn't get a good enough shot anyway. I don't know when, but I noticed a target there, or maybe it was a scout drone, I don't know. Anyway, there was a guy over there. But Gaijin didn't let me scout him. As I said before, you can either flank in this thing or support. You are not a brawler. So I'm kind of standing in here. Noticed a shot over here. Thought maybe some autocannon just was randomly shooting. But apparently there's a hole here. That was a TAM 2 IP. The TAM ran away and I only had 7 darts. So decided to rearm. By the way, don't take full ammo on this. 9 plus a 3 hash is enough. Most of the time. If you run out, just go back to the capture point and rearm. I tried to find the TAM again and scout it, but I couldn't. I think it died. Too bad you can't shoot through those holes though. I decided to check if the TAM 2 IP is still there, and I think it died. Yeah, I think it was it that died just a second ago. Marked a guy. I decided to go up to the spawn because not many enemies were on A, and then changed my mind to go and try and cap A, diesel. I spotted a Leo, but apparently I was too slow. I don't even think, yeah, I didn't even scout him because of skill issue.